In the quiet of a starlit night, Bai Jing found herself ensnared in the cold grasp of a haunting dream. The room was dark, filled with shadowy tendrils crawling toward her like creeping vines. She tries to move, only to realize her hands are bound tightly. A silver-haired figure hovers over her, his lips trailing down to her stomach. Her eyes flutter open, heart pounding as his intense gaze pierces through the darkness. His intense eyes never waver as he leans in, close enough for her to feel his breath on her skin. Suddenly, she feels something cool and slippery, a serpent wrapping around her, its scales pressing against her. Her senses blur, the scene shifting between reality and nightmare. With a jolt, she snaps awake, gasping for air. Her eyes darted around the room, scanning every shadow, every corner. No one is there. Slowly, her racing heart begins to settle, and she tells herself it was just a nightmare. Or so she thought. 3 months later, when she visited the hospital to address her health, the doctor's words shattered her calm. "You're pregnant," the doctor declared, a revelation that shook her to her core. But that wasn't all. Confusion twisted her mind. She had no partner, no logical explanation for this revelation. But before she could process it, the doctor added, "There's something else. The ultrasound shows your womb is filled with scales." Scales? Bai Jing's voice trembled, her mind raced with disbelief, trying to dismiss it as an absurd mistake. Yet, when she looked at the ultrasound screen, there it was, a dark shape, slithering like a serpent within her. Back home, as Bai Jing sat alone, mulling over the impossible, when she felt the strange sensation of being watched, she glanced around, but the room was empty. Dismissing it as paranoia, she eventually drifted to sleep. Moments later, her eyes fluttered open, the figure from her dream appeared before her, materializing in her room, as if summoned. He was exactly as she remembered, silver-haired, sharp-eyed, and exuding an aura of ancient power. Bai Jing's mind raced. "Are you the father of this child?" she demanded, barely able to keep her voice steady. Struggling to understand, Bai Jing pressed on. "But why me? What did I do to deserve this?" The man's face grew dark, his voice a chilling whisper. 20 years ago, your mother was pregnant with you. She nearly lost you." He began, each word heavy with anger and bitterness. "In his desperation, your father caught my fiancée /you sacrificed her to save your life. I've come for an account, a life for a life," he declared, his gaze unwavering. Bai Jing's fear grew, and she pleaded, "Please forgive me. I'll do whatever you ask, as long as it doesn't hurt me." The man smirked, his eyes flashing with amusement. "Anything I ask." As Bai Jing stood before the silver-haired man, his intense gaze softened slightly. "It's not hard to let you go," he began, "but there are conditions. You have 2 choices. First," he began, "promise to become my disciple and help me in performing good deeds." He paused, his expression hardening. "Second, because my fiancée /you died because of you, you must take her place as my wife." He leaned in, voice cold yet commanding. "Give birth to my child and pass down my legacy, generation after generation." Feeling cornered, Bai Jing whispered, "I accept." "The first one?" "No regrets," he replied. He leaned closer, sealing her fate with a kiss. Later, as Bai Jing reflected on the surreal encounter, she noticed a strange bead lying before her. His voice echoed in her mind. "Protect this bead, it's proof of our bond. Be fair, be honest, and beware of greed, and my name is Lu Longting, remember that." Long ago, a tale spread across the region. A mysterious mountain god watched over a village hidden deep in the mountains. Rumors whispered of his power, that his blessings brought wealth and protection, but his wrath could unleash natural disasters upon those who displeased him. To keep his favor, they began a ritual, offering young women as sacrifices, hoping to avoid calamities. Over time, this tradition became a fearful burden, binding the villagers to the god, with both devotion and dread. Bai Jing learned of this dark history and couldn't hide her frustration. "How can you still believe this? It's just superstition," she argued with her grandmother, who was firm in her belief. "The mountain god warned me in a dream. If we stop, misfortune will come for our children and grandchildren." Sighing, Bai Jing regretted mentioning Lu Longting earlier. Her grandmother abruptly declared, "Since you're so capable, I'm leaving this responsibility to you." Shocked, Bai Jing watched as her grandmother announced her departure, leaving Bai Jing to deal with the mountain god alone. Bai Jing walked through the village. She saw an elder gently holding her granddaughter, a resigned expression on her face. The elder continued, her voice tinged with sadness. Many years ago, one of my sisters was taken as an offering to the mountain god. Dragged up the mountain, she faced her fate bravely, even as she knew there would be no return. The elder held her granddaughter tightly, her tears falling silently as she clung to her. Bai Jing listened quietly. "Everything will go well," she murmured. Bai Jing felt a familiar presence by her side, Lu Longting. He leaned in with a smirk. "Don't be too happy, they can't see me. They'll think you're crazy if you talk to me here." Bai Jing wrestled with the daunting question. How do I handle this mountain god? All gods are born from faith. The deeper the faith, the stronger they become. But the villagers have long since lost faith in him, he remarked. The same goes for me. Bai Jing eyed him skeptically. Can you actually beat him? She asked. Long Ting smirked. Probably, I have been practicing for 700 over years now, after all. Lu Longting leaned in closer, a mischievous glint in his eyes. I have a plan, he whispered. Present yourself as the mountain god's bride, instead of sacrificing the young girl. He pulled her close, his arms wrapping around her. Wait for me to come and I'll protect you from the mountain god, he whispered. Bai Jing looked at him, unconvinced. You better remember, once this all is over, I'll get you for this. He grinned. Be careful, Bai Jing. Your life is now in my hands. The day of the mountain god's sacrifice arrived. Bai Jing, adorned in ceremonial red robes, walked up the mountain, surrounded by villagers chanting solemnly. As the ritual began, Bai Jing's heart pounded, both with fear and determination. She had a plan to avoid facing the mountain god. She carried a special pill, meant to render him powerless if consumed. As the ritual candles flickered, casting shadows across the walls, Bai Jing sat alone in the dim temple, whispering a prayer. But her solitude was interrupted by an eerie presence. From the darkness, a figure materialized. A tall man, cloaked in black robes, eyes glowing with an unsettling intensity. The mysterious man stepped closer, his gaze unwavering. You are my bride. I have waited a long time for you, he declared. As he leaned closer, he whispered in a tone that bordered between playful and ominous. Don't keep me waiting, my bride. Become mine or your village will pay the price. A flicker of defiance rose within her. Wait. I need more time, Bai Jing replied, stalling as her mind raced to figure a way out. The mountain god tilted his head, amused. Why are you not afraid of me, he asked. Bai Jing, despite her nerves, managed to smile. Well, maybe it's because you look so handsome. He raised an eyebrow, intrigued by her boldness. Interesting, he murmured. Tell me, where do you find me handsome? Flustered, Bai Jing stammered. Well, your nose, eyes, mouth. Everything seems to look good. The mountain god pulled Bai Jing close, his intense gaze never leaving her face. Not only does my face look good, he murmured, smirking, but I bet the rest of my body does too. Bai Jing quickly put up her hands, attempting to stall him. Wait, Mr. Mountain, hold on a moment. Before we proceed, there's something I'd like to share, she said. Feigning innocence, she handed him a small pill, an artifact given to her by her mother, claiming it would enhance strength. She hoped he'd take it without suspicion, but he raised an eyebrow, suspicious. And how do I know this isn't poison, he asked, his sharp gaze questioning. Bai Jing maintained her composure as she calmly slipped the pill into her mouth. Poison? How could I, your bride, even think of harming you, my handsome husband? Amused, he leaned in closer. Let's be fair, he murmured. You have to eat half of it too. He took the pill from her mouth, carefully split it in half, then ate one portion himself before gently sliding the other half back between her lips. But just as she took half of the pill, Bai Jing felt her body go numb, her limbs refusing to move. Shocked and panicked, she realized her plan had backfired. What is happening? Why can't I move? She thought desperately, silently cursing Lu Longting, wondering when he would come to rescue her. As her vision blurred, a surge of energy filled the room. The air crackled with power as a formidable presence appeared. Lu Longting had arrived. The mountain god sneered. "Who dares to spoil my good moments?" he growled. Lu Longting smirked, his voice cold. "You did bad things, and yet you speak of doing good?" The mountain god faltered slightly. "You," he murmured. Lu Longting's eyes narrowed, his power radiating as he stepped forward. "Take a closer look," he commanded. "Do you recognize me?" As they both come face to face, the mountain god taunts Lu Longting, convinced of his own superiority and the inevitable victory granted by years of veneration. Lu Longting remains calm, his voice steady as he replies, "Try it if you dare." The battle erupts. Energy crackles between them, shaking the ground and reverberating in the heavens. As Lu Longting chanted a powerful mantra, the mountain god flinched, visibly startled. His calm confidence cracked, revealing fear for the first time. Seizing the moment, Lu Longting struck, his attack landing with brutal precision. The mountain god howled in agony, his once mighty presence now reduced as he staggered, defeated. Lu Longting turned to check on Bai Jing, only to find her frozen, her face contorted in pain. He raised a brow, noting her distress. "Did you take that pill too?" he asked. Realization dawned on him and he softened, explaining. "The children within you shielded you, but the effects aren't so gentle on you." "Let me help you," he murmured, his gaze lingering on hers. "Otherwise, you'll end up crushed just like the mountain god." Bai Jing's cheeks flushed as she realized his intent, her mind racing. Damn this snake. Always finding a way to take advantage. Sensing her thoughts, Lu Longting chuckled softly. He leaned in closer, his breath warm against her cheek. "It's been a long time, hasn't it?" he teased. "Don't you miss me?" Despite her inner protests, Bai Jing's blush deepened, betraying her. And in that charged silence, the world around them seemed to fall away, leaving only the two of them. As dawn breaks, Bai Jing awakens beside Lu Longting, memories of the previous night flashing through her mind. Embarrassed, she silently wishes to forget. Longting, however, teases her, asking, "How do you feel?" "Better than being tormented by a pill, right?" Annoyed, Bai Jing snaps, "Do not discuss it," and pushes him away. He warns her to show gratitude, hinting she could end up like the mountain god if she isn't careful. Later, as he leaves, she contemplates her situation, realizing that confronting him now is futile. She resolves to obey for the moment. Afterward, Bai Jing steps out, the village bustling in celebration now that the mountain god is defeated. She reassures the villagers not to rely on sacrifices anymore, and encourages them to work hard to fulfill their wishes. Later, Bai Jing, accompanied by her grandmother, arrives at Suing-gu, a mysterious fortune-teller. Inside, Suing-gu gazes into a glowing blue orb, studying Bai Jing's aura with a knowing smile. The fortune-teller reveals that Bai Jing's circumstances are extraordinary, far beyond the fate of an ordinary human. Her life was forced onto a difficult path, with limited options to escape. Suing-gu then reveals that Bai Jing's body harbors a powerful family connection, one that binds her destiny to Lu Longting. When Bai Jing asks if there's a way to break this bond, Suing-gu tells her it won't be easy. This practice of immortal family bonds has endured for nearly 1,000 years, and cannot be severed with mere words. Frustrated, Bai Jing pleads for guidance. She advises her to find the right man to marry to suppress Lu Longting. Bai Jing's eyes widened in fear. "No. If he finds out, he'll kill us all." Suing-gu advises that the only solution is to balance Lu Longting's power with goodness, virtue, and self-improvement. She emphasizes that if Bai Jing accumulates enough good deeds, she can tip the scales, preventing herself from being controlled by the ancient forces at play. Before offering her help, Suing-gu asked Bai Jing to assist with a client's problem first. With no other choice, Bai Jing reluctantly agreed. Bai Jing and Lu Longting listened to the client's problem over the phone. He explains that 60 years ago, his grandfather disturbed a pair of snakes in the midst of mating, which enraged them. Since then, his family has been plagued by misfortune, seemingly at the hands of these vengeful spirits. Recently, the snakes sent dreams to his young daughter, warning that they intend to bring ruin to the family. The client, desperate, requests Bai Jing's help to break the curse. Bai Jing explained to Lu Longting that her friend had somehow found out about them and asked for her help. "Will you help me?" she asked, trying to coax him. Lu Longting studied her for a moment before surprising her with a sudden agreement. Bai Jing gasped, caught off guard by his unexpected response. Leaning closer, Lu Longting said with a smirk, "I may have been a bit ruthless yesterday. Think of this as a wedding gift, since we're married now." Flustered, Bai Jing shot back. "I told you not to mention that night, and who said we're married?" As Bai Jing and Lu Longting enter the residence, they're welcomed with reserved curiosity by their host. The man's demeanor shifts to warmth as he acknowledges Bai Jing, yet he seems wary of Lu Longting. Lu Longting introduces himself as her partner, who has come to assist, drawing a surprised glance from the host. As Bai Jing and Lu Longting are escorted upstairs, they find the daughter, Xiaoling, a young girl who appears troubled, surrounded by a mysterious aura. Lu Longting senses the dark energy lingering around her, immediately recognizing it. The host explains to Xiaoling that these people are here to help her. She glances at them with scary eyes, and without warning, she lunges at Bai Jing. Lu Longting quickly steps in, shielding Bai Jing from the sudden attack. Xiaoling snarls, "No one interferes, try and I'll kill you." The air crackles with intense energy as Lu Longting begins chanting a powerful mantra that echoes through the room. Shadowy darkness around Xiaoling starts to dissipate, leaving her stunned, her gaze now clear and innocent. Her father, overwhelmed with gratitude, calls it a miracle and thanks Bai Jing and Lu Longting as his daughter finally returns to her gentle self. Ma Jianghua requests if they can finish the exorcism today, but Lu Longting declines, explaining that Bai Jing, his wife, is tired from the journey. He requests to be taken to a hotel to rest and says they will return tomorrow. Ma Jianghua hesitantly offers them rooms in his own house, but Lu Longting's piercing glance quickly convinces him otherwise. Defeated, Ma Jianghua agrees to arrange a hotel for them. At the hotel, Bai Jing collapses onto the bed, visibly exhausted, muttering, "Why didn't you just handle this matter earlier so we could have avoided all this and stayed home?" Lu Longting stands by the window, observing the house they visited. He comments that there's no real curse on the property itself, but suspects something much deeper involving the family. He remarks on how unusual it is that Ma Jianghua could perceive him as a normal person, speculating that the family may have offered something significant, possibly eternal life, in exchange for spiritual sight. Bai Jing shares her observations, asking, was the girl just pretending to be possessed? And what about the strange smell of snakes in the house? Lu Longting, with a dark expression, concludes that they were likely lured into this situation for a specific reason. The real target, he says ominously, is us. Bai Jing is taken aback, wondering why they, of all people, were targeted, especially as they haven't caused any harm to this family. Lu Longting reflects that seeking vengeance isn't always about holding a grudge. It can simply be a matter of necessity. He shares his suspicion that Ma Jianghua might have sinister intentions, potentially using them to sustain his own immortality. Meanwhile, Bai Jing's thoughts drift as she watches him, appreciating his form and charm, with her cheeks tinged with a slight blush. Unable to resist, Bai Jing's imagination gets the best of her, comparing Lu Longting to a model she might see on TV. However, Lu Longting casually asks for his clothes, which she had left at the door. Flustered, she responds, but before she can hand them over, he steps out, catching her off guard with his bare presence. She stammers, demanding he cover up quickly. Unperturbed by her reaction, Lu Longting calmly steps closer. He leans in, asking her if she can still detect the fishy smell on his skin. A mischievous glint in his eyes. Blushing and a little breathless, Bai Jing confirms it's faint, but he inches even closer. Bai Jing's heart races as Lu Longting pulls her close, his lips capturing hers in a deep lingering kiss. Just as the moment intensifies, a sudden knock on the door interrupts them. Lu Longting pulls back, visibly annoyed, his gaze darkening as he calls out, "Who's there?" Opening the door, they find the client, Ma Jianguo, in a state of panic. He pleads with Bai Jing, "Please save my daughter. After you left, the evil spirit reappeared, threatening to take her life." She challenges him, reminding him that nothing suspicious had been found when they investigated his home. She accuses him of lying. Mei Jianguo, clearly distressed, insists, "Miss, I wouldn't dare lie to you. I swear, please save my daughter. I'll do whatever it takes." Lu Longting, still composed but slightly irritated, tells Mei Jianguo, If you want us to save her, you must tell the truth. Otherwise, there's nothing we can do." Reluctantly, Mei Jiangwo reveals the dark history of his family. He shares how his father once met a shaman who advised them to worship a pair of mystical snakes, promising that the snake deity would bring wealth and protection to their family. In exchange, his family would be tied to the creature, sustaining its power through worship. As time passed, the family enjoyed prosperity, but it came at a high price. The snakes began to drain their life force to sustain themselves, demanding more sacrifices. Mei Jiangwo admits that other family members, unwilling to serve the deity any longer, met terrible fates. Now, the spirits seek his daughter as their next vessel. "Do you mean to say, you sacrificed your own family to keep your fortune?" Bai Jing asks, appalled. Mei Jiangwo, overcome with remorse, pleads desperately. "I had no choice. No one else can manage our family's affairs. Please, I'll give up everything, even hand over my family's assets if you can save us from this curse." Unable to resist Mei Jiangwo's desperate plea, Bai Jing reluctantly agrees to help. As they head upstairs, Lu Longting firmly instructs her to stay downstairs and wait. Left alone, Bai Jing sits on the sofa, wondering why he insisted on going without her. A strange sensation creeps over her, a chilling feeling of being watched. She glances down, and her heart skips a beat, as a sinister, malevolent spirit peeks out from beneath the sofa, its dark eyes gleaming. Suddenly, with a haunting laugh, the spirit slithers out from under the sofa, sending a jolt of fear through her. Bai Jing's heart races as she realizes the malevolent spirit might be targeting her. Panic floods her as she calls out, "Lu Longting, help me!" In that instant, a powerful energy encircles her, lifting her into the air. She floats, suspended and defenseless, as dark energy swirls around her, threatening to consume her. Just as fear starts to overwhelm her, a mysterious figure shrouded in red energy emerges from within her. Startled by his sudden appearance, Bai Jing asked, "Aren't you supposed to be dead?"